Hi, my name is Paul Patterson, and I'm interviewing for the janitor job at Moscow Architecture.
Well, we're sure glad you could make it today.
Oh, I'm glad I can be here. The roads they're pretty snowy. Did it just snow last night for you guys?
Yeah, we get quite a bit up here. Is that going to be a problem for you?
No, I just live at University of Idaho, so, no, it's not a problem. I can drive
Wonderful.
over. So.
Perfect. Well, Paul, we're looking for a janitor to work evenings for us, so why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so, well, I'm just a university student. I'm planning to major in architecture, so that's mostly why I want the job here. Just it'll give me some pay to get through college, and it'll also give me some, work experience, sort of. So, yeah, you see what I'm saying. I went to Asotin High School, so I've been, in the area, not Moscow area, but like this general corner of the United States. Yeah, in Asotin, I did a lot of public speaking events. Like I was in FBLA and I was in FFA. So I think I'm a pretty good speaker. And I also worked at TJ Maxx for I think about 2 years, about 2.5 years or something. And that was just before I came up here. So yeah.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Sounds good. What would you say, Paul, is your greatest weakness?
I think that I'm pretty disorganized. Like if you saw my dorm room, like grenade just went off in there. But recently I've been trying to fix that. Like I rearranged all the shelves in my dorm room. I've been like keeping notes. I've been keeping a calendar just on the back of the door to just like keep all the events, because I'd like forget events and then I'd have to buy something for it a day beforehand. And so I've just been like writing stuff down on my phone. Like I got an app called Google Keep Notes, and that just has a list of like everything that I need to do, and I can set reminders. And so I'm trying to get better at it. But
An unorganized janitor. That'll be an interesting
yeah, just don't go into the
experiment.
Just don't go into the janitor's closet, and we'll be good here.
All right. Why do you think we should choose you for this job?
Well, I think that one of my better qualities is that I'm almost always positive. Just working at TJ Maxx and just going to school, there are a lot of people who just focus on the negatives all the time and constantly telling me like I hate this about my job, I hate this about my class, but I don't tend to like see those negativities, and usually if I do see a negativity, I'm able to turn it into like sort of a joke. Like for example, when I worked at TJ Maxx, we used to have like blockers in front of our registers, so it was for COVID, so COVID wouldn't spread. But whenever we would like call someone down, we would have numbers, and so they'd walk down, and I always joked like I hated when somebody would peek their head around the corner and they're like, "Oh, you're hiding from me down here." I always hated that. That was my least favorite part of the job. So I'd always, make a joke out of it from my coworkers. Like, I hate when people do that, because all I want to do is tell them, "Oh, you didn't know that I was at Register 5? Well, it's probably between 4 and 6, dummy." I always make a joke out of it. So even though it's like, I don't enjoy it, it's still funny, so I can always put a positive spin on it. So I think that is my best quality.
All righty. What kinds of hobbies do you enjoy doing outside of your work?
Well, I'd say probably the hobby that I've sunk the most time into over the past year is probably going to the gym. As you can see from my big muscles. Yeah, I go most days. It's just a way to kind of cool down from the day, just kind of have a couple hours to listen to music and not really focus on anything else. Pretty much anything with physical activity. Like I love ultimate frisbee. I like hiking, especially since I don't know Moscow area very well. Just like going on hikes, going on walks is really fun. Going on bike rides. And then I also like just playing with watches, but I've built a watch before, and I kind of have a small watch collection, but that's an expensive hobby, and I'm a college student, so I don't really have that much money for it. But yeah, I just really like anything really that's a physical activity. So
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we'll have to get you on our bike team.
Ooh.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, in 5 years, I'm hoping to get a degree in architecture, hopefully a master's at that point. Whether that be like landscape architecture, or just architecture in general, or interior architecture, I don't really know. We'll just kind of see. That's 5 years. I have 5 years to decide that. So yeah, hopefully, in 5 years, I'm hoping to have that degree, and hopefully, I'll be at a firm, maybe this firm, if you guys, like me enough. But that's kind of where I see just finishing my college degree and having a decent job in my career. So.
Alrighty. Why are you leaving your current position?
Oh, well, TJ Maxx is 40 minutes away, so I figured, a shorter commute would be nice. So this is local, this is easy to get to, so, yeah.
So you didn't think about transferring to Marshall's in the mall?
No, I wanted something a little bit more specific to my job.
Alrighty. Let's see. What do you think your main strengths would be?
Well, strengths as a janitor, I think my main strengths would be, well, just as an employee in general. I kind of talked about how I was very positive all the time. I think a big strength that I have is that I'm also independent. Like at TJ Maxx, the main area that I was working was sales floor, and there are kind of 3 different areas that you work, or 4 different areas, I should say. There's like the back room, there's the sales floor, there's registers, and then there's jewelry. So, what sales floor does is they move items out from the back room, they move them onto the sales floor, and so usually there are a couple people on sales floor, and they're spread out across the entire store. So you're pretty independent. You're pretty much doing everything on your own. And I thought I did a really good job of just, like being efficient and then helping others whenever like they'd ask for it, and just I thought I did a good job of being independent, being like doing my own thing, and even the managers I think would agree that I was pretty independent. Multiple times I'd walk up to them and I'd be like, hey, I'm trying to push furniture out here, but I kind of want to reorganize it and set it in this way. And they're like, and like even before they heard my ideas, they would just say, okay, yeah, do it. Like, I trust you. So I think they'd attest to that independence. So I think that's one of my biggest strengths.
Alrighty. What makes you want to work here?
Well, just the experience at the architecture firm. So,
Alright.
yeah.
Well, the owner of the architecture firm just walked in.
Oh, hi.
Alright.
I'm interviewing for the job at the architecture firm in Moscow. So
As a
it's
janitor.
good, yeah, good to meet you. Are you just coming back from like a trip or something? Who are you? Paul Pedersen. You haven't heard about me? I'm interviewing for the interview job right now.
Yeah.
Or the interview job. Haha. The janitorial job. So,
His positivity is shining through.
yeah.
Alright. So, what
We're also at
motivates
8
you?
minutes, so we can.
Can we be done?
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you want to wrap it up.
All right. Well, it's been good having you here today, Paul. I think we've got enough intel on you. I appreciate you answering the questions, and we'll
Awesome.
be sure to look it over and give you a call
Awesome.
when we made our decision.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Wahoo!